What's going on, everyone? I'm here with Max Parker. Thank you, brother, for joining me.
Yeah.
Let's talk, man. You're hitting some good numbers, bro. 30,000 in a month.
Yeah, about revenue though, you know.
Huge, man. That's good. How long you been in business?
About 5 years.
Cool. So what's that thing, man, in your business right now where you're looking at it, you're like trying to get over this hurdle, man? What's that one thing, man? Let's start there.
Geez, I'd probably say automating kind of like the estimation process a little bit.
Okay.
Um,
Automating in terms of software or automating in terms of you being able to
uh,
streamline that estimating and sales process?
Not quite myself. I'd say a little more of like just pricing stuff out and whatnot.
Okay. What do you guys do? Like what job types?
Uh, right now we do a lot of stuff, pretty much just interior and exterior painting. We'll do like
Okay.
trimming cabinets and stuff like that too.
Okay, so are you so what is your role in the company? Like what does your day-to-day look like, bro?
Uh, Go to some estimates if I got them. Do some office work sometimes, and then sometimes I got to be helping catch up with the painting and whatnot.
Gotcha. How many guys are under you?
Right now I got four.
You got four guys. Okay, so you got a team of four guys doing interior, exterior, and some cabinets. Have you listened to my podcast before?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, so
Yeah,
good. Well, sometimes that's a good thing because I don't want to be repetitive, because one of my
right.
big things is pick one or the other when it comes to interior painting, exterior painting, or
Uh,
cabinets. Like, because like you and I both know those are like two totally different businesses. Would you agree?
right, right.
And do you think that's putting some stress on the team in terms of, your processes? Because sometimes those cabinets take a week and then you can't get to the interior jobs. And if you only have four guys, you're probably stretched pretty thin.
Right now, I mean, I'm up in Minnesota, so it's winter.
Okay.
Right now. So definitely a little slower of a season, for us. But yeah, I mean, we don't often do too many cabinets. Uh, Mostly just stick to like interiors or
Do the
exteriors.
guys work together or do you split them up?
Uh, Typically they're split up two and two.
Two and
Sometimes
two.
when bigger jobs, they'll just toss all four of them on it just to get it done quick.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So in terms of estimating, if I invited you to my house and I wanted an interior estimate, let's go through this scenario. Okay. And let's say that I have a 2,000 square foot house and I want the walls done. Walk me through what it is that you would do from knocking on my door.
Yeah. Come in, greet them, talk to them a little bit. Uh, and then I basically just take a look around the house. I've pretty much just learned pricing based on kind of how long it takes us
Okay.
at the company to kind of finish. So I just kind of look around, take note of all the rooms, take note of any extra damaging or any odd
Anything weird? Yeah.
that I'm just I can see now after 5 years kind of pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't really do any measuring or anything like that.
Yeah, me
Uh,
either.
yeah, just kind of go in, take a look,
Okay.
ask them questions and stuff. Obviously, see if
What
they have.
questions are you asking?
Nothing too crazy. If I see stuff on the job, I ask. I don't really have any like specific things. That's also kind of something I'd want to get a
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
let's dial it in. Okay, so once you get past those questions and once you do your walk around, what is the next step, right? Do you leave and then like email the quote or do you do it in
I
person?
Yeah, I do email over the quote.
You
Yeah.
do email the quote. What is your goal? Do you want to sell more jobs? Do you feel like you're not selling enough jobs? Do you feel like you're getting people? What's the feedback from the people that
Um,
you're getting?
I'm thinking I'm kind of looking to get a little bit higher pricing
Okay.
out there.
You feel like you're selling jobs too often?
Uh no, I guess not.
Okay.
Um
So like a mix between I want to raise my prices
yeah,
and I also want to sell more jobs.
yeah,
So you want like the dream life.
of course.
All right. So let's chat about that. All right. So the first thing is that when I price jobs, I look at the margins. I always look at margins. So the fact that you didn't bring up margins tells me that it's a little, you either price based off of emotions or margins. There's only two things, right? So I'm not saying that you're emotional about your pricing, but sometimes you look at you look at a job, you're like, okay, I did one like this before. I'm going to kind of go around that number that I got before based on how long it's going to take. So like one thing that I would ask you this, and you don't have to give me their names, but what are your guys getting paid per hour? Let's start there.
I got 2 guys at 17, and then I got 2 crew leaders, one at 20, one at 22.
21 and 22. All right. So let's go back to my scenario because I want to get this pricing out of the way. It's super easy, by the way. First thing is 2,000 square foot house. One of the things I told you was that I only wanted walls done. Right. So one of the things that you should automatically be thinking is, how can I maximize this job? Okay. Because usually whenever you want to raise a price or raise your prices, you got to give something in return in terms of value, right? You can't just say, all right, well, today I'm going to go higher or lower, and whatever the case is, right? You have to give something in terms of value. So if you were to ask me this question, one of the first things I'm going to start thinking about is, well, can I sell trim? Can I sell the ceilings? Can I sell the doors? Can I add closets? Right? Those are 4 different upsells in excess of walls. Okay. Let me ask you this. What type of curveball would it be if you priced the job to me and I asked you, hey, can you just give me a price for trim as well? How would that fare for you? Do you confidently know that you would be at the same margin both ways? Like, in other words, I'm saying that
less margin on the trim for sure.
You'd be at a lesser margin on the trim?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a way to prevent that. Okay. And that's because you have to have what's called menu-based pricing. Okay. So let me cover. Can I cover that with you? Is that something that you want to chat about?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. So looking at the 2,000 square foot house, let's say I want all my walls done. Now, in this particular scenario, do you want to put 2 guys or you want to put 4 guys?
Let's do 4.
Let's do all 4. Okay. So we got 17 and 17 is 34. And then we got 21 and 22. Okay. Plus 34. That puts you at $77 an hour. Okay. Workers' comp plus taxes. Let's add another 15% to that. Okay. So 71 times 0.15. Okay. So what did I say? 77?
Yeah.
77 times 0.15. Okay. Is 1150. So you're at about $86 an hour. Okay. So let's start here. And this is super easy, man, because I want you to get this. So you should lock that number in, by the way, 86 an hour. That's how you're going to base it off of. Have you had that number in mind as you're doing your quotes?
I mean, not that exact number, but
sorry, 80. No, sorry, bro. It's 89 an hour. I apologize. 89 an hour. See, that's having I do fast math. All right. 89 an hour. Okay. 2,000 square foot house. How many days? Your team of 4? Just walls. Just walls.
3 maybe.
About 3 days. Okay. How many gallons of paint?
About 15 maybe.
About 15 gallons. Okay. What type of paint do you guys use on the inside?
Either super paint or duration from Sherwin.
$40 a gallon.
Yeah.
All right. So 40 times 15 gallons of paint. You got 600 in paint cost. $89 an hour times 89 times 8. Okay, is $712 a day times 3. It's $2136. Okay. So looking at this, $2136 plus $600, your cost to do that job is $2736. Follow me? $2736. Now, do you feel as though if you doubled that number to get 50% margin, do you kind of do something like that where you try to make double or you try to hit 50%?
No, not quite.
Well, that's where you want to be. It's a good place to hit in business is 50%. Because if you hit that number consistently, your business is going to do that over the course of a month, over the course of a year. So let's just shoot for 50% every time. Okay. So let's look at this. So if I double that, you're looking at 5472. Okay. Now 5472 is pretty high for just walls, 2 coats, but just walls. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Reason why that is because a team of 4 should be getting that job done in 2 days.
2 days.
2 days. So there's a balance as a business owner. It's not only balancing your pricing, but your production and the speed of which the production is taking. I believe that if you think that it's going to take your 4 guys 3 days, it's because they're not used to working together, right? So maybe they're spread out all the time and then you throw them together in one batch and They don't have that flow that a team of 4 would have working consistently all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you take away that day and it's only 2 days, let me do that math for you. So 89 times 8 times 2, and we're going to multiply, we're going to add 600 for paint. So you're at 2024 cost, multiply that by 2. Guess what? You need to sell the job for 4,050. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Selling the job at 4,050 to make 50% rather than the other option, which we were at about 5,200 or something along those lines. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
So even though we're selling it for less, the profit margins are the same. Do you feel
Right.
as though your team is like on the slower side when they work together, or what is it that makes you think that they would take 3 days on that job?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. 2,000 square foot house seems pretty deep. I
Yeah,
mean, you
but
got
it's just walls, right? So they got to cook, man. These are your this is how it has to be, right? This is how you got to be there. How often are you on the job coaching them through the day?
I mean, not every day.
Not every day. So these are some things that you as a business owner, and all I'm really trying to help you do is optimize. Like, you got to look at these numbers like this and say, okay, if we get the job done in, because this is where the issue is. If you're pricing your jobs out thinking that it's going to take you guys 3 days, you're pricing it out for all that time when it should only be taking a team of 4 2 days. And I know this because I run a team of 4 every day. So I know exactly what they should be doing in 2 days. I mean, unless there's drywall repairs and things outside of their control. I'm just talking about a basic 2,000 square foot walls only, right? So as a business owner, you need to be looking at these margins and saying, okay, what are we missing here? Why is it taking them so long? Then you sit there on the job one day and figure out what the issue is. Are they texting on the phone, or what are they doing? You know, what are they
Yeah.
doing? You know, I mean, I'm dead serious about that, because it's hurting your closing ratio, because you're having to price way more for jobs that should be taking a short amount of time. Now, here's the kicker. Now, let's say I ask you, you know what, throw the trim in for me right now. If you sold me the job for 40-50 and I asked you to add in the trim, you got to figure out how you can add that trim in and still make that 50% that you would have made on the walls. Otherwise, you should just say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to lose money. Well, you're going to lose margin, right? Because guess what? That's another day, right? Would you say that if we're optimizing our team, they could do all the walls in 2 days and then the trim in 1 day? Just the baseboards and door frames, no doors.
No.
You think that would be 4 days?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, are you saying like if it's already like white trim and stuff?
Yeah, if it's just white trim, like they're just kind of cleaning it up.
Yeah, probably like maybe 4 days.
Probably 4 days. All right, let's look at that. So if you look at you got 89 times 8 times 4. So you're at 28.48 cost there. Trim paint's cheap, so maybe an extra $100 in paint, right? So 700. So plus 700 in paint. Okay, now we're at 35.48. We got to multiply that too. Okay, so that's seven grand. So now you take a job that, you know, takes 4 days. Now you're at 7 grand. Now, here's the thing. This is why I'm saying this, is because if you're not closing your jobs the way you want to for the price that you want to, it's because another company's coming behind you. And if they're doing this and their guys are getting the jobs done quicker, they don't need to sell the jobs for as much as you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that could be the case?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, I know you don't always do 4 guys. I know sometimes it's 2 guys. So that should be helping you in some cases, but the job times are longer. So like, for example, you know, 2,000, like a 2,000 square foot house, just walls. How long does 2 guys take to do that, you think?
Yeah, I know, probably like 4 to 5 days, depending on which 2, I guess.
Well, which 2? Okay. So let's say it's the good 2, 4 days.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll say 21 plus 17. Okay. Plus your workers' comp and stuff. So let's say 48 times 8 times 4. Okay. So you're at 1536 in labor cost. Okay. And then you got to add your $600. That's 2136 times that by 2. You're at 4272. Okay. So with 4 guys, you can get the job done. I'm telling you, if you really nurture this production system, you can get the job done with 4 guys in 2 days and sell the job for actually less than you would have to sell it to make the same margin with 2 guys in 4 days. Okay. And keep everyone together. And when you keep everyone together, they learn how to work together. They can produce more work. They're more efficient. It's a team environment. Okay. They obviously aren't going to be as tired on Friday as they are if they've just painted a whole house with 2 guys by themselves. Because what happens if those 2 guys get the job done in 4 days? Well, then you got to find something on Friday for 2 guys, right? A little bit harder, unless they're starting something on Friday and then coming back on Monday, which you probably don't like to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
maybe consider just looking at these numbers and saying, maybe it makes sense to just do, you're going to get the same amount of work done. I mean, because if 4 guys can do the job in 2 days, then you could do another one in 2 days of the same type of job, and then maybe add on trim on the next one to get that Friday filled. And if you look at the jobs over the course of the week, you're going to be hitting the same numbers with less tired employees and a little more control, bro. You know, have you thought about that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it just because, like, when you look at jobs, it's kind of better to be able to say, okay, to customers, like, we could do 2 jobs at once. Like, it feels better, I know, like, to be able to not be knocking out 2 jobs at one time, but logistically, sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Like this smaller jobs, I'd say, you know, if I get like a two bedrooms, I can't really send 4 guys
Here's
there.
the secret. Stop taking those.
Yeah.
They're worthless. They don't help you. They're just like fillers, you know?
Well, what if I need a filler Friday, you know?
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. They're good fillers, but like, you know, like for me, like, I look at it like this. Like, you have to be religious to your system that you're trying to create, right? Like,
yeah,
you have to be religious to it. Like, in other words, like, if you know that, like, you're looking for full interior repaints, full exterior repaints in the summertime, but right now full interiors, then anything else that comes your way is just going to be taken away from you building a consistent process.
Right. Yeah. And that's definitely something I'm trying to build a little bit more. Like I was saying, I bought my the other co-owner out of the company just recently.
I know, bro. It's awesome, man.
Change things up, processes down a little bit better.
But you got to realize that the processes aren't just how things get painted. It's how you price. It's how you market. It's how you get your name out there. All that matters when you decide, okay, this is what we're going to do. Like, for example, if I was a restaurant and all I wanted to offer was steak, I would be able to put out ads that just say, hey, we have the best steak in town. We're the only restaurant that just offers steak. So we just specialize in steak. Okay. So what am I going to get naturally? I'm going to get people that want steak. So I don't have to worry about cooking for people that want chicken. Right.
Yeah. No, we're good on that whole thing.
We're good on that. So in other words, where I'm getting at in terms of your process, in terms of the marketing side, is that you won't have to worry about people that are coming to you for 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, because when you put out the right advertisements or you connect with the right lead generators, they're going to send you people that want 6+ bedrooms painted. What are you using for marketing right now? You paying any money for it?
Pretty much just Google stuff. And then just like our homepage, not paying for any ads or anything like that. Just got our website and whatnot. And then just like a couple weeks ago, I got another call from the Angie's Leads and signed up with them again, since they were like, oh, we'll waive your membership and give you free credit.
Nice. You should definitely think about signing up for DripJobs, man. That's what it does. It helps you follow up with those automatically. So when the lead comes in, boom, drops into DripJobs, they get followed up with, they book an appointment automatically. You know, so anytime somebody has paid leads like that, you need something to help you with that.
Yeah, I was definitely looking at the DripJobs a bit. And it was definitely looking pretty nice. I didn't look at it too much. The only thing I was thinking about that is that, like, right now I use like Google Drive for pretty much all my stuff.
Yeah.
So is DripJobs, is that just a mobile app?
No, it's desktop. Dude, I'm honestly a desktop guy, but it does do mobile. Like, I love like looking at the desktop. Like, I don't know.
It's just but it does do that because I'm a desktop guy too.
Oh, are you? Yeah, I love desktop guys, man. Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like, because you have so essentially, if you look at the desktop of DripJobs, you're going to see all the stages of where all your customers are. Let me give you an example of how it works, right? So you sign up, I connect whatever lead source you're using, like let's say it's like HomeAdvisor or Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever, it doesn't matter. They drop into DripJobs in a certain category. So that category is called cold leads, because somebody who comes in through HomeAdvisor to you is cold. That means you have to reach out to them. So you've used HomeAdvisor before, right?
Yeah.
What did you have to do? As soon as that lead comes in, was it $80? You got to call them right away.
Right.
Bro, people don't always answer the phone, especially for random numbers now, right?
Yeah.
It's like text me, email me.
Yeah.
Dude, before you even get that lead, we snag that lead off the back end and they get a text and an email within seconds from your company with your logo at the top of the email, with your name, all that stuff. Okay, let's say they don't act on it. Let's say they're at work and they're like, I don't know if I want to book an appointment right now. The next day it sends them another one. The next day it sends them another one. The next day it sends them, it keeps sending them follow-ups until they book an estimate. Then they book the estimate. Now in DripJobs, you have a calendar. You can go to the appointment. Once you go to the appointment, you can actually build your estimate on DripJobs, send the estimate. And then of course, how many times have you sent an estimate to somebody and they haven't reached back out to you after you sent it? And you just think, man, they're probably either they think my price is too high or they're not interested. Has that ever happened?
Oh yeah, decent amount.
It happens to everybody, right? It's just, it happens, right? And we don't know that that's the truth. Maybe somebody in their family died, or, they just said, you know what, let's budget for this, or, and we can't just make the assumption that everyone thinks our price is high and everyone thinks that we're, unreasonable. DripJobs follows up with those people automatically, because when you send the proposal, it takes them from the stage that they were once in to the one that they should be in. So it knows what communication to send them. So you send someone a proposal, it moves them to the sent stage and it shoots out follow-ups to them, and then you can schedule your jobs. Like it's everything in one that you would need to run your business. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but yes, it's desktop, it's mobile.
Okay.
The whole nine. But in terms of organization, like that's super important. Like in terms of sales strategy, bro, whenever my schedule early on in my business was like light, I would go to whatever software I had and look for everyone that I sent an estimate to. However hard it was for me to navigate to that, because I didn't have something like DripJobs where I could just click it and see all the people, and I would call them and I just look at what I sent them and I say, okay, where's my margins? Let's go back to the margins, because that's how important these margins are. Like if I quoted you a job at 50%, but I don't have any work, bro, I would sell that job for 20% just to make sure my team was busy.
Right.
So when you know the margins, you could confidently do that. Like, and that's why I'm thinking like, you got to be like, you're taking on this new business. Now, I'm going to say it's a new business because you just bought out your business owner, right? Like you're the guy now.
Yeah.
Like this is one thing that if you just focus on, this will answer so many of your problems. And guess what's on the other side of pricing marginally? Job costing. Okay. Why? Because the thing about it is that, remember when we just talked about how I told you that the job should take 2 days?
Yeah.
Well, let's say you come to my house and you price it for 2 days and you agree with me on that. And you say, you know what, my guy should get it done in 2 days. Well, then you go and job cost it and they take 3 days. And you're like, man, what did I do wrong here? Because you're looking at how much you made on the other side of it. And you're like, man, what did I do wrong here? And why did we spend so much on paint? I thought we were only going to use 15 gallons when I priced it out. Why did we use 20? I thought it was only going to be 2 days. Why was it 3 days? And then you could get with your project manager, whoever you put in charge, and say, listen, dude, I mean, we've got to figure this out. Look at our margins on this job. It's at 10%. We can't operate this way. Right? So as a business owner, bro, if you focus on those two things, marginal pricing, which I have a free calculator, by the way. Have you seen my calculator that I put together? Have you ever used that? I'll send it to you after this. It's a free calculator. It helps you price your jobs just how you do it, but in a calculator. So you'll put in how many days that you expect to do the job, how much paint, tells you what the cost would be, just like I calculated on paper here. And then it will tell you what you need to price the job at to hit a certain margin. So it's super easy. It's a mobile app. But anyway, from there, you got a job cost on the back end. Have you done any job costing ever? Have you ever tried that?
I guess I'm not. What do you mean job costing?
So job costing is, again, like kind of looking at like, so you order all your paint from Sherwin-Williams, right?
Yeah.
They give you an online statement of all the charges, right?
Yep.
And when you order the paint, do you tell them like a PO name, like of the job that you're doing it on?
Every now and then.
All right. So from now on, call your rep and say, make it a requirement on my account that there has to be a name. So when the person working on your, order, does the order, it's going to pop up and it's going to say, what's the PO number? And then you got to tell them it's going to, they can't submit the order without it. And the reason why is so you could go back at the end of the month, go through all your statements and just plug those charges into whatever you're using for job costing. And I have a job costing spreadsheet, bro. I'll give it to you as well. So I'll hook you up. I don't mind. Okay. So I'll give you the job costing spreadsheet. It has a little training on there. Okay. And I'll give you the calculator. So now you have both sides of the spectrum. You can price your jobs with margins, and you could job cost to make sure that those margins are correct. And you could kind of check yourself. And you might think, man, like maybe I was a little off on how much paint, that drywall needed, and you might be able to be a little more accurate on the next one. And you just get better and better and better and better at this to where you can hold your guys accountable, because right now it's hard for you to hold your team accountable, because the thing about it is you probably forget sometimes, like I used to, like, damn, how many days did I quote this one for? And then like, what, you kind of know, but you're like, where was I at on that one? You know what I'm saying? So when you get the data, you could go to your guy and say, listen, man, this was a 2,000 square foot walls only job. Okay. What are we missing to not be able to get this done in 2 days? Who's dropping the ball here? Because, I think that it should be done in 2 days. And you used to paint, right, Max?
Yeah.
4 guys.
Yeah, I guess, 4 guys, I guess 2 or
it's 2 or 3. It's 2 or 3.
How much stuff is in the house?
How much stuff? Very true. Very true.
Owners,
do we got an old lady hoarder? Are they talking to us a lot? I know, but again, it's just good to set those benchmarks, right? Because with 4 guys on a consistent basis, you do need to squeeze down those job times to make up for the high labor costs for the week. Like, and what you want to maximize, like, again, a leader's responsibility is to be as resourceful as possible and to maximize resources. Okay. So in terms of resourcefulness, finding whatever you need to get the information you need, just like you reached out to me, that's resourceful. You're like, you know what? Let me hit up this crazy guy that I hear. And, and then guess what? I'm giving it back to you. I'm going to give you that job costing sheet. I'm going to give you the calculator, and then maximizing your resources is maybe spending a day on the next job, bro, and just observing, Oh,
I've been on a few recently. So
have you? And what are your thoughts on those, man? What are you thinking like needs to improve?
They're doing pretty good. 2 of our guys are pretty new. They're just a few months in. Okay. And yeah, I mean, definitely, I think all of them can just get a little bit faster, a little bit better at the painting.
Yeah.
But,
so what is it? What time do they go? What are they time that they show up in the morning?
8:30.
8:30. What time is the day end?
4:30.
Okay. Hour break?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good day. It's about what we do, so, just, again, your team, I mean, I'm coming strong because I know my team, they work together every day. So, but again, like that's the benefit of them working together all the time, is because I get even more accurate at what those expectations are, like, because I know what they're capable of and what the expectations are, so again, something to refine. But I'll shoot you that pricing calculator. I'll shoot you the job costing template, and you could do both. And if you ever need help on those, just hit me up, bro. I don't mind, walking you through it.
Awesome. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Was this kind of helpful?
Yeah. Could I actually just ask you one quick question?
Absolutely.
So what do you think I should focus on, kind of as in getting more jobs, getting the right jobs? What kind of, you know what I mean?
What's your favorite type of job to do, bro?
I'd probably say interior walls.
Interior walls. Okay. So obviously full interior repaint, right?
Right.
Okay. So the first thing is that there's people out there that you would agree want all the walls in their house painted. Like, the issue is that they don't know that you're out there if you're kind of sporadically marketing. And I think that's kind of what you're doing. You're like, all right, well, Angie's leads came to me, and I did that. And I'm doing a little bit of Google here, and I'm boosting my posts on Facebook. And it's like, if you want to hit your stride, and I don't think you've experienced that yet with one crew, dude, when you get 8 people and you have 2 of those
people.
Oh, you had that before.
Yeah.
But you were splitting it with your business partner though.
Yeah.
So, bro, like when you hit that level, like by yourself, it's good money, and it's like it's good income, because right now your one crew is covering all those marketing expenses, covering all the overhead, it's covering everything.
Right.
But when you get another crew, it splits that into two. So there's more, it's just better. Anyway, so spend money on it. Find a marketer, dude. Find somebody that can market your company. I have a recommendation for you, but in any case, it's about getting your company in the front of the right people that want the right service. Now, yes, Angie Leads is a good start. It's not a long-term strategy. The leads are way too expensive. You and I both know that. Like like we use them at this stage of my business. I use them when I need them. Right now, I'm starting a little flooring side of my business. So definitely using them to get my name out there. Like, I just got a couple flooring leads today. I don't mind. Not something I'm going to keep long-term. I want to build enough of a reputation on Google to get those leads. You know what I'm saying? What is your Google reputation right now?
We got like 55 5-star.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's great. Heck yeah, man. So have you thought about Facebook ads?
Not a lot.
Something to think about. Yeah, especially because interior painting and renovations, if you do stick with the cabinets on the inside and that's something you want to work into your flow, great for Facebook because the before and after pictures are amazing. So people stop, they look, they message. So in terms of getting your name out there and targeting, you're doing the right thing with Angie Leads. But again, it's kind of sporadic. It's like, all right, I'll try them out. Obviously, what you want to do is spend as much as you can on marketing. Whether you do go all in on Angie Leads to just get a boost for the first couple months of the year, then find a marketer to help you out, kind of take off the load, but allocate money to marketing, right? So for example, you want to be at about 5 to 7% cost to marketing, right? So in other words, whatever you spend on marketing, like whatever your revenue is that you generate, you want to be at about 7% of that. So if you told me that you're bringing in 30 grand, you want to be spending 2,100 on marketing. That's 7% of 30 grand. And if you're not spending that right now, that's your problem. You just got to spend more and get your name out there more. You're probably not even anywhere near that right now, right?
Facebook, Google, pretty much good to go.
I think, well, the problem is, here's the biggest problem is that on Google, people search painter, and then you're still going to have to filter out those 1 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, like little guys. If you do a good job of filtering those out and maybe strategically schedule those little guys, it might work out for you. But Facebook and Google to me are just, it's kind of like diversifying. Maybe just try your hand at each one. Just try to build some consistency in each one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with the Home Advisor or Angie Leads, did you tell them you only want a certain type of job?
Yeah, I went in there. I only got big jobs and a little higher expense.
What did you set your spend to?
I don't think I sent my spend.
Okay, go in there and I would at least start with $1,000. $1,000 for the month. Get as many leads as possible. Get the reps in, bro. What's the schedule looking like for January?
Pretty light.
So, okay, let's get those leads, right?
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just don't even think about it. Just be like, this first year, like you're just growing, you're learning, you're already hitting a nice number. You already got 4 employees, bro. Like you have all the tools, man. It's just allocating the resources the right way. You need a CRM, bro. And I'm gonna pitch you DripJobs. You should. Come on, bro. Give me a shot here.
The way there.
Yeah, I'll show you a demo. You and I'll sit again if you want, and I'll walk you through the software and show you how it works. Make it a little easier. You don't just got to sign up and figure it out on your own. But yeah, software marketing. Like right now, like go on Angie and whatever they set you up with. Have you gotten any leads from when you set them up?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many have you gotten?
Like 10.
How many have you set appointments for?
All of them that answered the phone.
How many answered the phone?
About 6.
About 6. Okay. So those other 4 right now, if you had DripJobs, would be getting emails and text messages all day or every day until they actually booked, right? While we're sitting here. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, this is sales. You've got to hit these people quick and hard. So after this call, I do recommend you call those people as many times as possible until they answer. Like that's just sales. Like, bro, because you and I both know it's kind of stressful not knowing that there's no work January. You got 4 guys to take care of.
Right.
That's got to be that muscle that just pushes you through those calls, that pushes you on those estimates that you sold. You should be looking at the estimates that you have out and you should be following up with them right now. You should be asking them like, what could you do to earn their business? Great icebreaker for a follow-up call. Hey, how's it going? It's Max. Just wanted to touch base with you and ask you if you had any questions on the proposal I sent over.
Mm-hmm.
Just see what they say. And they'll say, Max, it was just a little higher than where we wanted to be. Well, where'd you want to be? And if it's anywhere in the ballpark of where you could make a little bit of money and keep your guys busy, say, you know what? We could really use the work. I'd love to do the job for you. When can I come pick up a deposit?
Right.
You have to do that stuff, man. I know it's uncomfortable if you've never done it, but that's how you keep you're good with that, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Heck yeah, bro. I would love for you. Give me some feedback on how that goes. But just like, again, another benefit of DripJobs is that all those people who you sold proposals to are in a line. So you can just call down the line on your phone. Like little things like that. That organization just makes those things a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So dude, let's chat again, man. I'd love to see if I can help you out in another area. I'm kind of short on time today, but was that helpful?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to send you an email. I'll send you the calculator and the job costing template here in a little bit.
Sounds good.
All right, bro. Thanks so much for your time, Max. Good luck with everything, man. See you.